If there's one thing y'all know about me, it's that I'm way too honest. Asking me to lie about a game or to give a fake review is like asking a porcupine to give you a hug. You're only going to end up getting hurt. It's just not something that I'm going to do, which is why I am very happy to be able to say I am really excited about Parallel Colony. I was super skeptical, really wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy the game at all. I was very skeptical. I was kind of worried. And it's actually really, really, really cool. So I got invited to the first, or not the first, but I got invited to a playtest, an early playtest. I believe it's pre-alpha. It's either early alpha or pre-alpha. The whole alpha beta thing is kind of a mystery to me. But it's very, very early, and it's amazing. So let me explain to you what Colony is briefly in case you don't know. Parallel Studios is the studio that makes Parallel TCG, the main game I've been streaming and making content on. Colony is their second game. It is a 1.5D AI-powered game, which sounds terrible on the surface as a description because it just makes it sound like an investor project. But I have to say, it's actually very interesting. My phone is a super potato. I'm actually amazed that it runs at all. So you can see we run around on this world. It's a little bit slow because my phone is absolutely old and barely functional. So I'm actually amazed it works at all. But you can see we've got this world, right? And I can zoom around and I can check stuff out. I can zoom out. And it bugs a little bit because my phone can barely handle anything. But that's the basic idea. You can look at your characters running around the world, and then you've got a chat room where you can hang out and talk to your guy, right? So the last thing my dude said to me is that he's going to craft an illuminated sign. So I could ask right now how that's going. Hey, Ignatius, just curious, how is the crafting going? How long do you think it'll take until the illuminated sign is finished? And I sent that, and you can literally see I just sent that message. I spoke it in. It's a little blurry because of the camera, but you can at least see I'm in the chat room. And there's a response coming in. You can kind of see it there. Hey, Cappy, digging into the recipe research. Should take a couple more minutes to get the details locked down. So it looks like he's going to finish researching in a few minutes. Let me see if I can get a more clear answer, though. Okay, after you're done researching, how long will it take to actually make the sign? Can you answer that? And there's that moment of excitement almost where it's like, what's he going to say? And it looks like it'll take about 20 minutes to craft the sign. And it's funny, I was telling him, my character, I gave him the lore that he's a beach musician. And he literally just said, should be enough time to get our signaling and music production groove on. I told him we can promote his songs using the illuminated sign that we're going to create. So you can just kind of mess around with your character. And you can ask him random stuff. Let's do one more. I'll ask, by the way, I'm just curious, since you're such a big music fan, what's the best Beatles song, in your opinion? I'm just going to go Beatles because it's such a famous band from such a long time ago. If I do, like, what's your favorite new artist song, like some new artist, he might not know who I'm talking about. We'll go Beatles, so it's the most obvious thing possible. He said, you're asking a total music junkie about the Beatles? Far out question. For my money, Here Comes the Sun is the best track they ever laid down. It's got that groovy, optimistic vibe that's totally boss. Here Comes the Sun is a good choice, right? It's got that do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's like a 13/8 like transition thing. Really, actually a really cool composition. Good choice. Yeah, and I can literally see right now he's going to the processing plant, so he's going to make that sign. And if I exit out, I can see the world again. You can kind of see it right now. I definitely need to get a new phone so it doesn't like kind of bug out a little bit. But again, I'm actually amazed it runs at all on my phone. I have a much better idea of what AI should be used for in games to improve the player experience. So people talk a lot about the idea of using AI to generate levels or new items or generative content or like an NPC. And if you talk to the character, you can talk to it in a reasonable, like a real way, kind of like what I'm doing here, talking to my guy. And there is something there. But the real thing that Colony is doing that is making me happy with the AI integration is letting me not navigate menus. I'm seeing a new thing where AI can just let you do stuff without having to go through the menus. So in a normal game, if I want to craft an item, I have to go to the menu, look up the recipe, look at the items, think about it, go to my inventory, see what items are missing, connect the dots in my brain, go find the place to go farm the item, like do all this stuff, right? And some people might enjoy that, but I always find that very like distracting, and it becomes overwhelming when there's a lot of different items, a lot of different things I'm trying to do, and each one has different various requirements and stuff, right? So I'm imagining, just what if you replace all that with AI? Hey, game, I want to craft a bronze sword. What items do I not have yet that I need? And the game says, oh, Flux, you need 2 iron ingots. Like, instead of me having to go to Wikipedia and go to my inventory and go to the crafting menus, just be like, what items do I need? You know, what have I figured out about that? Like, letting the game just kind of tell you stuff instead of having to go look for it if you've already found it. I'm not saying the game should reveal to you secrets undiscovered. Hey, what's the secret boss? Oh, here's what it is, right? But like, AI can replace a lot of menus and navigation. I'm also imagining in the card game, just think about parallel TCG. What if you play a game with a deck and you want to change a card? You have to go through like 10 different button clicks to do it, right? What if instead you play a game with your Skippy deck and then you say, you click the AI button and you go, hey, AI assistant, please take out 1 copy of Rummaging Researcher and put in a copy of Mercenary Gunslinger. And it goes, okay, done. And then you're like, okay, thanks, cue me up for the next game, and it cues you into ladder. Like, what if you could just tell it what you want it to do? And then, you know, it for games where reaction times aren't a factor, being able to do hands-free interaction with the game makes sense. You should be, in theory, be able to play the TCG completely hands-free as long as you have to specifically indicate every action. It should never fill in anything for you. So yeah, I gotta say, I was skeptical of the whole idea of AI in games really being fun, or an AI game even being anything other than just like a crappy kind of thing that investors want to use to make money. But it seems like it's actually very interesting. There's something really there. And as a gamer who wants to play great games, as a creative person who loves seeing creativity and creative work done well, I could see a world where AI is actually positive for gaming, and it's not just like a way to put out a bunch of slop and try to monetize more easily, you know? There's actually a way it could increase the gamer's experience and just make games more fun, more accessible, and more creative and stuff. You know, there's really something there. I'm excited to play more. I literally don't want the playtest to end. I want to keep playing with it. I just kind of wish the playtest wasn't going to end in a few hours. Cool stuff. Well done, Parallel Studios. GG, Kalos. GG, Mr. Gone. Y'all did it. Colony's cooking.